folks, here we are again, and hopefully today will be the last of the worst dusty days. I haven't done too many videos lately just because I've been really wanting to crack on with things, and I'll show you what I've been doing. So I've been coming here every day after work as usual, and what I've done is I've stripped all the wallpaper off this wall. There's the chimney breast to give you an idea where we are in the bedroom, and I'm going to do the screen so I can see where we're going, and here is the front wall. So I'll do that for you. So I've stripped all the paper off of there, that little green spot there and there, that's on old plaster, so they can stay there. That's like patch plaster that's done in the past. You can see, in fact, here is a groove where a cable used to go. Wasn't there when I moved in, but I say moved in, all the place. It was going down, obviously I've replaced that, and that's going to be moved into the corner of the room. Today's plan is to get the ceiling down in the dining room. I'm going to be chipping off the wall there to get all the bad plaster off, so when the plaster comes in you can just patch into that. And I'm going to do the same thing with the chimney breast, because the plan on with that is to put a skinny little batten wall up, put plasterboard, and then all the way around there, and simply go across this bit here, just cut out this little hidey hole corner. I might use that in the future, I'd like to, I like the idea of using that. Also, I had another idea. You possibly remember me mentioning putting a skeleton in that little wall there. Well, that goes to next door. What if I put it in there, so one day when they do renovations, they find it? That'd be a bit of fun. Anyway, Dad's made a cup of tea for us at the moment before we get started. That's the plan for today, yeah. So while I'm chipping it, Dad's going to start taking off all the hundreds and thousands of nails. And that's it, yeah. Oh, also, so this was the cupboard where the old boiler tank was. I'm just going to get rid of this old plasterboard as well, replace it with new stuff, just because it's all in very poor state. And that's it. A little bit low energy today. It's at the point of the job where this is the bottom of the valley, is what I've been calling it. The house is looking at its worst, but the good thing is it's only uphill from here. So, until we get to that bit, I'll talk to you later. Okay, here's one chimney breast, all chipped off. I even did around that side a bit because the corner started coming off, and I thought, well, I'll just peel off all the loose stuff, and all of it ended up coming off, so that was okay. There's one thing I was going to show you earlier that I hadn't done. So one of the things, well, there's a dad at the bottom of the stairs. Oh, it's tiles underneath the carpet. So Dad's been taking up the carpet in here, so we've got an echoey room again. No, so yesterday after work I came in and I redid all of the loose stonework and filled in some other bits and bobs. These are bits of wood that I've set as a cement there, which isn't brilliant, but it's fine. It's like a little anchor point. It's what they've done on all the old ones, so I thought I'd keep it the same. And on the front wall here, so this is what I chipped off during the week as well, or last week, I can't remember exactly when now. They all blur into one. But all these bricks here came loose, so I just had to reset those and cement those in place. And up next then, continue chipping. So we just had some lunch. Going to start doing this ceiling soon once I finished upstairs. Annoyingly, on the front bedroom wall that I've been chipping away, the top row of bricks, in fact I'll show you, are all loose, and they are bricks rather than stone. And I reckon that was one of those things where whoever was doing it got to the end of the day and went, oh, I can't be bothered, and just done it. So there's some of the stuff on the ground. Here's the work I've been doing, and it's pretty much up, just up in that corner. You can see that top layer of bricks, you can see even how loose they are. It's just really bad. So I'm going to fit those in place as well. Luckily I've got plenty of cement and sand, so I'll do that. But let me just show you downstairs quickly. So this was the thing that made me go, yep, okay, we need to take this ceiling down, because I was really fighting not to do this. And it's that there. So this is directly underneath the bathroom. So this looks like, because this was like a saggy spot. There's a little bit of bounce in it. That's a piece of kitchen towel that someone used as a quick fix. So yeah, if there's got fixtures like that in there, it needs repair, it needs replacing. So gonna do that next. Okay, here we are at the end of the day. It's about 6:10, so time to call it a day. We've been here since about 9, I think. And what we've done today is cleared that chimney rest there. And as I said earlier as well, finished off the wall. So that's all the loose stuff I've taken off there. All of the good stuff I've left on, so that's nice and sound. There is a few little bits that blown, but they're right in the middle. Perfectly safe, I think, to leave, to be honest, and it's just so much more work. That could have been the case with this wall here, but live and learn. I'm going to plasterboard and batten that anyway, so It's not the end of the world. If we go downstairs through the darkness, you see the worst job is now finally done. So that's the ceiling in the dining room. Floors up as well, showing these lovely tiles, which were the same as in the front room, so I'll scrape all those up at some point. But the next job really, when I'm back on Monday evening after work, will be to do some woodwork upstairs. So if we just run back upstairs, I'll show you what the plan is there. Oh no, I said no more plans, but it's a little plan. You've got to have something to walk into. So, the flooring down there, going to get that all floorboarded up because the boiler man's back on Monday. He'll be doing the pipes, hopefully, getting the boiler active and plumbing in the cooker. So that'll be good. Start putting some stud work in where it needs to go for the new plywood plasterboard, because these measurements do not line with modern plasterboard measurements, so that's fine. Also, this door here, also look at this one bit of joinery going on. Actual proper woodwork, but it's terrible because it's wobbly and loose. So I'm going to take that out and replace that, and also level off the top of that door frame as well, because you can probably see even better now. It is so wonky. And that's that. So, until next time, that's today. Howdy folks, and we're back. So, today there's going to be a bit of a weird one because it's a gap between the last lot of recording I did and today, because I broke my phone, so I had to have that repaired. So I'm just going to show you what I've been up to in the meantime. Just been doing a lot of evenings really. Today is going to be a bit of a big day, an important day. Just spent the morning getting a load of plasterboard. So what we've done so far, let me try and think where we were last time really. I can't really remember. The bedroom's now the workroom again. So we chipped away all the plaster. That's where we are at the moment. Going to do the load of stud work this morning before we start putting the plasterboard up. Started to do a little bit of stud work. Now, we've only added bits and bobs like this in between the pre-existing stuff, purely because the plasterboard though, it doesn't marry up to the old wood. So we've had to do it that way, which is fine. I totally expect that. You've got like over 100 years old of wood. They don't know that, well, they didn't have plasterboard back then, so they didn't know what we were going to be doing. Done this bit of stud work on the spare room stone wall, so going to be doing that first. Because of that, we've got to get this special plasterboard, which has got this silvery backing, because of the moisture that's going to come through the wall. First job is we're going to get that done, and we're going to start plasterboarding in here to begin with. With that said, what else have we done? So I've put that down, as you can see. Ooh, the little lighting here doesn't throw you off. Got a tower outfit, so that's going to be the heating for in here. So the boiler man's been in and done a lot of the copper work, so that's good. And then if we go downstairs, this is where I think we finished last time. No more ceiling in the dining room, which was nice to expose a lot of weird dodgy stuff, which is above me here. This is where the bathroom is, and just a plank of old sawn wood there holding bits up. I'm not going to do that anytime soon really. That's a future job when I do completely refit the bathroom, but that's a year or two away to be honest with you. All of the chipping on the wall in here, removed all the flooring, so there was carpet and then there was tiles underneath it, so got rid of that. Same sort of thing as what was in the front room to begin with. Here is all the plasterboard we picked up this morning. Turns out we should have got a few more studs as well, bought some, but need a few more, so hopefully we'll get some more later when we need it. And that's about it. And here we are at the end of the day, and what we've done is not as much as we hoped, but still very satisfying. We've got the vast majority of the spare room plasterboarded, which is great. Now the plans are for this room as well, is this cupboard here. This is where the old boiler tank was. I'm going to make that a bit of an airing cupboard kind of thing. So I'm going to build a door frame for that and just make it all cupboards basically. That's my idea there. The window nook, haven't completely finished. Got a bit of plasterboard on the wall yet, but that's not a problem. And then I'll make the windowsill for that as well. And of course, here, there's the line there, is the door frame to go there. Got to do that next. We're going to be doing that Monday evening. Would have gone into here, into the bedroom, but we ran out of time. The reason we ran out of time is because tonight we're going out for a meal, just me, my mum and dad, because it's my birthday tomorrow. So that'll be nice and I'm looking forward to that. It's about 4:20, so an early finish. Like I say, if I had another hour, Definitely would have got that door frame done at least, but that's absolutely fine. I'm very satisfied. It was difficult to do because of all the wibbly wobbly old timbers. I mean, you can probably see the line down here. You can see the new ones and the old ones. You can see the difference, just absolutely miles apart. So it's a lot of marrying in and trying to make things work as we go. But that's that. It's a tidy up time, have a little slip of drink, and then off home for a nice big meal. Well, folks, middle of the week. No, it's Thursday. And as promised, because we've just been going flat out, no videos really, no clips or anything like that. But I'll show you, we've got a fully ceiling as well, plasterboarded, spare room. Tomorrow plasterer's coming back. I'll show you what he's done today in a minute. And he's going to focus on getting this room done. This here was once the airing cupboard. It will become an airing cupboard again. That's where the old boiler tank was. So I'm going to rebuild some shelving in there in the future and get some door in there, but I simply don't have the time at the moment. Redone some plugs, so it's a nice new room. Built the new door frame, so it's officially its own room once again, and not just part of the landing. I also hung the bathroom door again today. I was going to do the spare room door, but I haven't got the time. And in here, so done this room. Yet to complete that wall, not room. This is still in process. But look at that beautiful part plastered there. So you can see the scoring on there, or if it picks up in the light, I don't know, it's getting dark early now. But all the scoring there, hopefully you can see that. So another layer is going to go on there. And let's go downstairs quickly. Going to get really dark down here now. Oh, I'll flick the light on. And down here, lights. As you can see there, Dad's modelling that wall, all complete. I think it needs another little skim coat, but I don't really know, to be honest. It looks pretty damn good. And now in the front room, got rid of all the horrible ugliness. Really happy with this. Honestly, it's a real perk up. They've even done a little few ceiling boards because they had to go to know where they were going up against the wall. And I'll show you when it's all finished tomorrow. Howdy folks, it's Monday morning after the plasterers have been. So I'm going to show you their work and then I'll give you an idea on what I'm going to get done today and the videos moving forward. Because this video I've done this time, because I think it was just disjointed so much where I had to get my phone fixed and that. Ended up being a bit of a poor video, I think, really. Let me know what you think. But yeah, it didn't feel like my best work. But I'm still figuring out how to make videos, so they'll be better going forwards, I'm sure. Anyway, so here we are in the living room. It's a bit of a wet, rainy day, so I'll put all the lights on for now. I'm going to have a fire in a bit. So here's the front room. They've done a wonderful job here. They haven't done the skim coat down here, but that's fine. My thinking is they're going to do all the skim coat together, and I'll show you why in a minute. Well, anyway, so they filled in the holes and gaps and all that kind of business. Lovely. I did say to them about the stuff that was kind of hollow, but was nice and stable. And they were totally cool with it, so they left that. That's good. Most happily of all, they filled in that horrible corner down by the electric box there, the fuse board and all that business. So I'm really pleased with that. Also, look at this beautiful work they did down here on the corner of that chimney. Wonderful with that. I really want that. That's just a horrible little niggly thing that's just not finished. Anyway, here we are in the dining room. Same situations in the front room. Fantastic job. Lovely. They've put a few of the ceiling plasterboard up. I'll show you in here as well. That was just to give them a place to work to. I didn't realise that at the time. I did apologise. I was so focused on getting the walls done. And because I knew the heating engineers needed access to the pipes, I left the ceiling plasterboard off. Did it a bit backwards, but never mind. Live and learn. So in upstairs, don't worry about the bathroom. We'll worry about that another day. In the hallway, not a lot's been done really. Just took off some old plasterboard that needed replacing, did that, rebuilt the door frame, as I've probably mentioned before. Again, last video, just so piecemeal, I don't really know what I've been talking about. Rebuilt the wall going into the spare room. I'll show you that in a minute because that's beautiful. Today I'm going to be finishing off this door frame here, getting all the stop and stuff like that for the door to be hung. I'll hang that later on. The spare room, beautifully finished, not 100%, but the plastering is, so that's really good. Fantastic work. I was originally going to put coving all along the top of the walls, but where my dad and I was putting up the plasterboard on the ceiling, we discovered just how uneven this really is. We made it a much better job, but I mean, well, in fact, of this door, you can just see how wobbly and wonky and everything it is. So I'm not going to do that now, because why make more work when I don't need it? So yeah, I'm just going to put some skirting board on there, because that needs tidying up nastily. So I'll do that, and then I'll just paint into the ceiling. Bit of trim around the loft hatch, that's not a problem at all. And then in here I've got to tidy up a little bit of wiring in there. That is literally just looping up into the loft, so I'll tidy it up because it's pointless doing all of that. Make a door frame from here, because this is the old airing cupboard. I'm going to put a bit of plywood on the ceiling and then on the walls just to tidy up a bit in there. It doesn't need to be pretty, it's just where I'm going to keep my towels and stuff, to be honest. That's that. And then in the bedroom, same situation as downstairs. Front wall's all done, yet to be skim coated. I imagine their plan is they haven't skim coated because they're waiting to do all the skim coating at once. That spare room was a small room to do, so they finished that easily on the day out, I guess. So I was really happy with that. It's a step forward. It was so miserable just seeing walls like that everywhere and holes in the floor, and it's starting to take shape as a house once again. So that's really good. My plan today, like I say, do that door frame. If I get nothing else done, I'm going to buy the wood for the flooring and get a good bit of that done. Annoyingly, I couldn't get the full length timbers. There's one place in the whole town that sells the thickness I need. Really annoying. I didn't think it'd be that difficult to get it, but there we are. So I'm going to do that. See what I can get there. I think they got 1.8 metre lengths. Annoyingly, I need 2 metre lengths. So I just have to make that fit as best I can. A bit down there where the radiator's going to go, so I'll get that prepared. If I've got the time, do some scraping downstairs to get that whole old horrible adhesive up, so that can be ready for the levelling compound to go down there. And that's going to be a fun job in itself. But that's the plans for today. Now I keep talking about plans and stuff like that and missing what I'm doing. I'm going to try and improve on that in videos going forward. Like I say, I've been trying to figure out how to do these videos as I do them, really. And I'm one of these people, once I start a job, I just crack on and I forget that I need to record it, really. So hopefully in the future I'll do more of that for you as well. Definitely with the smaller jobs, 100% with that, because I just set it up, you can watch me do the whole thing from scratch, really. For example, making the old wooden cabinets that were originally there, rebuilding them. That's that. Probably won't be able to do it with the floor leveling compound, but that's fine. Anyway, I'll video me doing some stuff later on and trap that into the video, and then hopefully the next video will be much better.